Hello and welcome to a DFS strategy video for the 2023 FedEx St. Jude Championship. My name is Eric and here at SweetSpotDFS, it's all about trying to hit the optimal lineup every single week. And in these strategy videos, what I like to do is go over the sweet spot ranks, talk about the marquee tee times, and go over the anchor buckets because we want to narrow down our player pools. Yesterday, I put out a preview video where we kind of looked at the bucket system as a whole, figured out the projections of golfers from those buckets that we want to play. Not so much of the golfers, but projections of those buckets for how many golfers we want to play out of them. And then we went over some data points to research. So hopefully you had a chance to watch the preview. If not, I'll brush up on it a little bit in this strategy video. But at the end of it, we're going to be building lineups with what we've learned throughout both the preview and the strategy video. Now, before I get into that, I just remind you guys, I like to do giveaways. The first one here being a monthly / weekly giveaway, and it's what I really call the subscriber giveaway. So it entails you being subscribed, or it requires you to be subscribed and to participate on the channel. That's how you get entries into the giveaways. You get one free entry per video that you comment out or you comment on, and I think I have 6 videos out there, including this one. So really, it's up to you. The more you participate, the more I reward you, or potentially reward you. Ask Joanne. Joanne's always participating in these videos, and she tends to win quite a bit because she gets the most entries. So helps me out, helps me get videos of mine out there for the YouTube algorithm to pick up. It's just, again, it's you help me, I help you. So yeah, require you to be subscribed and to participate. Another one I like to do is more like a rebate. This is a Prize Picks rebate. You can find a link to this site in the description down below. You click that link, it'll bring you to the homepage. You hit sign up and the promo code SweetSpot will already be there. So you sign up and you put at least $20 in your account. You will get $20 back from me. Plus Prize Picks is gonna match your deposit up to $100. So that 20 will turn into 40. And it really just requires that initial sign up information as well as that initial deposit. So again, link is in the description below. And speaking of links, there's also one down there for the cheat sheet. Let me go ahead and throw that on the screen right now. Everything that I go over in the preview as well as the strategy video, you can find on this cheat sheet. You get the dream sheet, which is basically all of the players with all the stats. You can take a look at everything there. Again, everything that I'm going to be covering in this video you can find here, including the bucket system. So there are filters all over the place that you can utilize. If you, for whatever reason, want to, I shouldn't even say for whatever reason, but if you wanted to keep this spreadsheet for your own, all you need to do is go up to the file menu and make a copy. You can manipulate the data however you'd like. It's all at your disposal as long as you make a copy. I keep it read-only because I don't want people coming in here and messing up stuff for everyone else. But you can go ahead, make a copy, and then do whatever you want with the spreadsheet. But again, you can follow along with me as I go throughout this video just by clicking the link down below. And then at the end of this video, I am going to be building lineups with the optimizer, the SweetSpotDFS optimizer. If you want access to this, requires you to be subscribed, requires you to participate like Joshua Maz, howdy. And then it requires you to email me at sweetspotdfs@gmail.com, letting me know you'd like to use the optimizer, and then I will send it your way. As long as I got proof that you follow the channel and you're participating on it, I will send you the optimizer without hesitation. So let me know if that's something you'd like. I can send it to you while I'm doing the video, or while I'm streaming here. But I will again I'll use the optimizer later on in this video, because first I want to go over all the strategy pieces. I'll go over the sweet spot ranks, the marquee tee times, as well as the anchor buckets, and we'll do it right now. Throw this down. I'm going to go ahead and go to my spreadsheet. But again, if you want to follow along with me, again, link in the description for the cheat sheet. What I am going to do is first find my $8,000 golfer Sung JM. And I'm only highlighting this to show you what line on the spreadsheet this is. This is 23. So line 23 is our $8,000 golfer. If we find anyone 7K and below up here, we know that's a value. If we find anyone higher than 8K underneath that line, we kind of know they're a little overvalued. Now, that doesn't mean you should or should not play these guys just because of that. It's just kind of stating maybe there's some mispriced guys according to the data that I use. And with that, maybe you find a little bit of a leverage spot. So let me go ahead and sort this by the ranks and find line 23. Anyone that's 7K or lower, I should just say anyone lower than $8,000. So we have Corey Connors here, Sahith Theegala, Denny McCarthy, Tom Kim, who is, last time we saw him, got injured. So who knows how well that injury is going. Maybe there's some sound bites out there today, or maybe there will be tomorrow on Tom Kim's health. Take a look at it because it is worth checking out because it's a really good value. He's 9th in my model at $7,800. So definitely someone to consider. Some guys that might be a little overvalued, maybe Tommy Fleetwood at $9,100, maybe Sam Burns, which Shot Like Harden's not going to like. Matt Fitzpatrick down here as well, and Hideki Matsuyama. Now, $8,100, I mean, this is what, 3-4 spots below where $8,000 is. It's not that big of an overvalue, and honestly, I would probably prefer Sam Burns over some of these other 7K guys. Like I would prefer Sam Burns at $8,100 over Sahith Theegala at $7,600. That's just my personal preference, but $8,100, I think it's a fair price for him despite not really ranking out that well. So that's what I mean when I say you don't have to really, you know, take the rankings as like, oh, I can't play him because he's overvalued. And I don't want you to say, oh, well, this is an undervalue, or this is an undervalue play. Like I want to play this guy. So it's really up to you. I'm just showing you what I see. Now, if you want to know what go into the rankings, again, you can check this out on the cheat sheet. But if you scroll all the way over to the right and you see the column that starts with OWGR, mine's just a little bit different than your guys's. But if it starts OWGR and then goes into the grass stats and so forth, so on and so forth, you're in the right spot where it comes to the model. So what I like to look at is OWGR, your current OWGR. It's all on like a grading scale. So basically anyone inside the top 300 will get points. Anyone outside the top 300 won't. And obviously number 1, Scotty Scheffler, he's going to get 100 points. And then it scales down from there. It doesn't scale a lot, but I definitely want to give more of an advantage for Scotty Scheffler over someone like Sahith Theegala. You know, just to be in the OWGR, you know, the top of the OWGR. Going from there, we have grass stats. These are your Bermuda stats. So if you scroll to the course fit section of the cheat sheet, that's where these stats kind of come into play. I do have a little bit of a scoring model that goes with this. 50 points would be your highest amount of points someone can get. I'm not sure if I see 50 points. Doesn't really matter, but the better golfers on Bermuda will get higher ranks. There is no grass too, so don't worry. Although we do have Bermuda on the greens. You have the Bermuda in the rough, but you have Zoysia on the tees and fairways. That is where I could put grass too, but I do not have Zoysia grass, so or any stats for Zoysia grass, so I don't include it. TH means course history, or this actually stands for tournament history, but it also works as course history, which we have this week. That dates back to 2013. Then I have season-long bogey avoidance, birdie or better, and driving distance. This is all graded on a scale as well. 100 points is the top, and I don't really see 100 points. I see 90, but I don't see 100. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Rory McIlroy. 100 with driving distance, but that makes sense, right? And then we have recent form when it comes to DraftKings points. This goes back the last 7 weeks. So whatever their average DK points, this is also based off of a grading scale, and it's watered down to 50 points. 50 is the highest that any golfer can get. We also have recent form average. How well are they doing over the last 7 weeks when it comes to their average finishing position? And then round by round scoring. Who's shooting the lowest scores? So that's also based off of a grading scale as well. And then season-long points or season-long stats here with DraftKings points, their average DraftKings. This also is based off of a grading scale. The top guy, 100 points, that would be Scotty Scheffler, followed by Jon Rahm. This is a grading scale, so too is round by round scoring average, round under 70%, cut made percentage, and DK top 10s. It's just really trying to figure out which golfers give us the best opportunity to score the most DraftKings points for our lineups. That goes into the ranks, and then we move on to the next piece, which is going into the marquee tee times, because we use the SweetSpot ranks to figure that out. If you're on that cheat sheet, just go ahead and go to the group rank and go A to Z. You can see that it's all color coordinated over here, and I'm going to highlight all every third golfer or every 3 golfers, because these guys are all in a group together. It's groups of 3. And the top 9 groups are the marquee tee times. Now, how I figure out the marquee tee times is I look at the SweetSpot ranks for each golfer in each group, and I rank order them based off of whatever the lowest cumulative ranking is. So you can see Scotty Scheffler, Jon Rahm, and Rory McIlroy are paired up together here at the top. Well, they're number 1, number 2, and number 3 in the model, so it doesn't get any better than that. They are the top ranked group in this field, and obviously it doesn't really, I don't have to explain why. And then it goes from there. You can see what group 2 is, group 3, and so on and so forth. Now, when it comes to these marquee tee times, here's my rule. Here's the SweetSpot rule. You choose 2 to 4 golfers from the marquee tee times. Make sure they are not paired together. So what I mean by that is just to find like an 8K group. So Wyndham Clark, Max Homa, Brian Harman. Let's say you like two of these golfers, maybe even 3. What I'm telling you is only play one of them. Do not pair up 2 guys together. If you want to be defiant, that's totally fine. But I'll say this, over 2 years worth of data, only 10% of the time, or less, I should say, less than 10% of the time, have 2 golfers from the same group in the optimal lineup. And that's what we're chasing here at SweetSpot DFS. It's just about trying to hit the optimal lineup. So you have a 10% or less chance of doing that. And this obviously is just looking at the past 2 years. This tournament could be totally different. Maybe you see something that I don't see, but I play it by the numbers. So personally for me, if I do like Wyndham Clark, I am not playing Max Homa and I'm not playing Brian Harman. I just won't do it. And I have that built into the optimizer. So if you scroll down, if you have the optimizer, you scroll down to the groups here, you can see I am playing a max of 1 from each of those groups. I will not play 2 or more. And then the other rule is, I said find 2 to 4 golfers. That's what you also see in the pin chat all the way up there to the top right. Give me 2 to 4 golfers to build lineups around. I would prefer you find golfers here in the marquee tee times, but if you don't, that's fine. No big difference. So again, if you like Wyndham Clark, do not play Max Homa and Brian Harman together because the numbers just aren't on your side. So I would say this, find your golfers here. I have them all sorted out by your marquee tee times. Again, you can follow along on the cheat sheet. So maybe if you just want to go there and take a look here with the group ranks, check out the cheat sheet, check out the marquee tee times. Groups 1 through 9 is what we're using for the marquee tee times. And then if you have 2 to 4 golfers, let me know who they are. So we can move on from here and go to our anchor buckets, because that's the last piece of the strategy portion before we get into lineup building. But I do see some people that just joined the chat. Joanne, good evening. And Byron, what's different with your hair? It's not up, it's down. That's what's different with the hair. I gave a golf lesson. I was gonna put a hat on, so I didn't style it up this morning. Then I didn't wear the hat, so it's just not styled. That's all. That's all, Byron. Moving on to the anchor buckets. If you're following along with me on the cheat sheet, which again you can with the link in the description below, here's how I figure out what the anchor buckets are. I first go to max projection, we go filter by condition, and we go greater than or equal to 2. So then we hit OK. And then I look at this column here, bucket totals this year. Because I'm trying to find a small group with at least one or more golfers that we want to choose from, I limit this number. And quite frankly, we don't have a lot of high numbers to choose from. So that might actually make it a little bit more challenging. So how about this? What I normally would have done was just say, I'm choosing buckets that have 30 or less golfers in them. I think what I'm going to do is less than 20. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to this filter here, go to filter by condition and go less than, let's just go less than 20. And then that will really condense our selection from, and honestly, maybe I'm going to change that because salary buckets, I don't really like to talk about salary buckets. How about this? Let's open it up to less than or equal to. I think there's one. There we go. Yeah, this is fine. And I'm just going to remove salaries. And these are the anchor buckets we're going to be talking about. So if you follow along with me in the preview video, we went over the buckets, their importance, their projections, what the projections mean. So hopefully you saw that video. If not, hopefully you can catch along when I talk about this. So when we look at last year ones, our projections are saying we want at least 1 and no more than 4. So we want to find somewhere between 1 to 4, including 1 and 4, to build our lineups around. So last year ones, I'm going to clear everything out. Again, you can follow along with me on the cheat sheet. Just clear everything out of the last year bucket and just select 1. Out of the golfers we see here, we want to find at least 1, somewhere between 1 to 4, to anchor our lineups around. I kind of found an interesting trend, and we all know how trends work usually. Some people like them, some people hate them, some people don't care about them. A trend that I found out was that 10K golfers from this bucket, going all the way back to 2017, have a very, very low chance of finishing inside the top 10. And I shouldn't even say low chance. It's just been a low success rate of finishing inside the top 10. The only person that did was Justin Thomas in 2020. He won the tournament and he had a 12th place finish the year before. If I were to go, and he was 10K, that's the whole thing, is a 10K golfer who had a last year top 20 finish. He's the only guy. And I went through this in the preview video. I mean, 2019 was the first year, I think it was the WGC event, so we didn't really have many top 20 finishers from the year before that were in the 10K range. But the rest of these, you can see, like 2018, DJ won it. He didn't even play the year before. Played the week before, so that's something. 10K golfer here. Look, Phil Mickelson finished 12th place, and he had a 9th place finish the year before. That's really close, but guess what? It's too high of a price tag for that finish. It's not gonna win you a GPP. It's not gonna hit you an optimal lineup. And also Phil Mickelson in 2017 had the same thing too. 9th place finish, finished 2nd the year before. That also is not gonna win a GPP. It's gonna be close. I think you can cash still with that, and that's fine. But if we are splitting hairs and we're really trying to hit the optimal lineup, I think I'm just ignoring the two 10K golfers that have top 20 finishes from the year before. Look, DJ here as well. So it's close. And, you know, like we're looking at DJ, we're looking at Phil. You know, Phil maybe toward the end of his prime. DJ with the laissez-faire attitude. Maybe that doesn't really matter with the golfers that we're talking about. You can also see it here with Cam Smith. 10,500 had a top 20 the year before in 2022. So then in 2023, you can see the two 10K golfers that we were talking about, Rahm and Hovland. Maybe they're just a different caliber of golfer. And maybe those are the golfers that can kind of break that mold. But also we could just play the numbers and just kind of ignore Jon Rahm and Viktor Hovland and just not play them, which I actually don't mind doing, because I don't mind playing someone like Colin Morikawa, who, you know, might be a forgotten person. I don't know what the steam is like. Maybe Back Nine Bets can help us with that, because I think you probably you probably keep track of projected ownership a little bit more, or what's steaming and what's moonwalking, or whatever the terms are nowadays. But I do like someone like Collin Morikawa. I don't mind building lineups around someone like Collin Morikawa. Say him, Burnsy. I know if Shot Like Harden's in the chat, his eyes are gonna light up with that. And then like Tom Kim. Like those 3 golfers, if we were doing the 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 6 approach, I have 3 golfers selected right now that I think are really good plays and cheap enough. Like Collin's a low 9K golfer. Burns is a low 8K golfer. That means we could reach with maybe some of our 10K golfers. So there's 3 there. I also don't mind someone like Andrew Putnam, by the way. I actually really like Andrew Putnam this week. And I don't mind going back to Denny McCarthy, Lucas Glover. I think he can just repeat his performance from last week. He won the Wyndham Championship. I have no issue playing him. Same kind of goes with JT Poston. Probably going to ignore Cam Davis a little bit. I don't know about this golf course. I feel like it might be too narrow for him because of all the dog legs and stuff like that are at this course. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he can just gouge it out. You know, strong kid. So interesting plays. I think just how I'm feeling about this, I'm probably ignoring Rahm and Hovland, which might be detrimental to my success this week. But this is the first anchor bucket we're looking at. The second one are going to be golfers who missed the cut last year. Now, I'm actually going to veto this one because when I look at the projections, I have this kind of conservative max projection over here. If this isn't greater than 2, that automatically drops my min down to 0. I talked about this in the preview video, so I'm not just making up rules as I go along. Because this isn't over 2, this automatically drops our minimum to 0. So I'm going to ignore that one. And oh, by the way, I'm also going to ignore this one as well, because this is going to be a 0 to 3 bucket. So that makes things easy. We don't have to talk about those 2 buckets. But if here, let's just look at them really quick. Because if you want to be the one that wants to kind of be risky with the golfers that you want to choose, there are some good names here. And I mean, like Scotty and Rory alone, you know, they could be the one golfer that would actually fulfill that one projection for the minimum. I'm probably, yeah, I actually don't mind ignoring the rest of these guys. I mean, Justin Rose seems like an interesting play. I also don't mind the 6K golfers, but obviously one of the mottos here is don't fall in love with a 6K golfer, but also don't disrespect one. I'm just not going to play any of these guys more than like 4% in my lineups. So I'm not going to attach myself to a 6K golfer. When it comes to these 7K golfers, I don't really care all that much for them. And I also don't really care for Jason Day. Like Jordan kind of has my attention a little bit, but I think it's Scotty or Rory, and I don't mind starting my lineups there. They're obviously the thumbnail, and they're a thumbnail for a reason, because they're my 2 favorite golfers I want to play this week. Which is like, ooh, big surprise. The 2 top price guys. Weird that they're going to be your favorite golfers to play. Some people don't like to play the TPGs, as I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at you, Chad. They don't like to play the TPGs. Which I personally, I do. I don't mind playing the top price guys, especially like someone like Scotty. The guy's automatic. So I don't mind playing him. I really like Rory. He fits in a lot of lineup builds that I want to do. So I like that. The other anchor bucket that we're kind of skipping over are the last week ones. These are golfers who played really well at the Wyndham Championship, had a top 20 finish. You can see it starts with Sam Burns, Sung JM, Russell Henley. How many golfers do we have? 11. Double checking. Is it 11 for real? Thought there were more. Nope, just 11. We normally see 8, so it's a pretty good chance. And I like golfers like Brendan Todd. I actually don't even mind Adam Svensson this week. But there's JT Poston we already were talking about. I already said I didn't really care for Cam Davis, but there he is. There's Lucas Glover. But Burns, he's probably going to be one of the guys that I probably hit heavy if I'm going to out of this bucket. So then we can move on from there. We're going to go to course history 3. And this is kind of like the middle of the pack course history. which usually has a high projection anyways. You know, it's usually 2 to 5 or 1 to 4 or even sometimes 3 to 6. So when we look at this, you've got golfers like Scotty Scheffler. That's a guy we already talked about. Fowler, we haven't seen yet. We did see Jason Day. Haven't seen Max Homa. We did see Tony Finau in one of the other anchor buckets. But I kind of like golfers like Corey Connors. I did talk about Justin Rose. I don't mind playing Justin Rose this week. And then you got a lot of 6K golfers, which again, never fall in love with one, but you know, each one of these guys is viable to put in your lineup. I think if I'm looking at this bucket and the projection is what? 1 to 3. A lot of signs to me point towards Scotty. I want to play Rory, but I kind of like the idea of playing Scotty. And maybe if I don't really care so much about hitting, you know, Scotty in this bucket, I don't mind going to someone like Corey Connors. I also don't really mind going to someone like Ricky Fowler. I don't remember who has... I mean, we can look to see who has really good Bermuda stats. It's like, yeah, Ricky has a 24% success rate of finishing inside the top 10. Justin Rose, by the way, 31% success rate of finishing inside the top 10. Now, his Bermuda stats over this last year haven't been so good, but I think that's fine. At $7,200, that's a pretty good value. Who was I talking about earlier? Corey Connors? Not the greatest top 10 success rates, but really good Bermuda stats. If we were to sort this from top to bottom, just in this bucket for Bermuda stats, he's 4th for overall, this dating back to 2013. And if we go just this last year, he's also 4th. So not terrible when it comes to Bermuda stats. And I actually kind of like that here, especially when you want to be a little bit more accurate than powerful. I like Corey Connors this week quite a bit. So that's one golfer that I don't mind playing. I also don't mind playing Scotty Scheffler. So if you did want to pair those two guys up, that's perfect because that fits within the projection. The projection's 1 to 3. And just to remind you guys, these projections are basically letting you know this is what how many golfers we think from these buckets are going to finish inside the top 10. And normally the buckets are what, 34 out of 36 correct, 35 out of 36. We had a stretch here towards the end of the season where they were 36 out of 36 for like 4 weeks in a row. So you can choose to follow along with it or not. It's fine. But when it comes to looking at all the golfers in this bucket, there are 20. I'm saying don't play more than 3 of them, but you do want to play at least one. So which one is it? And how many of the other guys are you just going to completely ignore? That's how this bucket system works. So we'll see what it looks like. I'll be building lineups here shortly, and we'll go over the anchor buckets, some of the plays that I like to do or that I'm thinking about doing, and just see what the buckets give us. The last bucket to talk about are the strokes gain 1 buckets, or the strokes gain 1 golfers. So make sure you have no other filters if you're following along with me. And all you gotta do is sort A to Z for strokes gain. And you can see all your strokes gain 1 golfers are right here. Starts with Rory, then it goes to Jon Rahm, Xander Schauffele. Now we haven't really talked about Xander in any of these anchor buckets, but I do like playing Xander this week. I also really like playing Rory McIlroy this week. However, like Jon Rahm, I kind of already said I don't want to play him. I'm looking at his Bermuda stats. They're crazy. He might have... Does he have the best Bermuda stats in the field for the last year? Yes, he does. 11.8. Edges out Hatton and Patrick Cantlay. Same with Victor Hovland and Scotty Scheffler. So pretty good there. When it comes to top 10 percentage, like success rates, Rory is pretty good. He has 42 events, by the way, where Jon Rahm only has 29. So Rory has a little bit more consistency, finishing inside the top 10 on Bermuda tracks. And then if we look at overall Bermuda, Rory edges out everyone else. And he has, again, 42 events where no one is really within 6 of him until you get down to Tommy Fleetwood. So that's all really interesting. Rory's kind of, I mean, I'm really liking Rory this week. Yeah, and I think, I mean, when it comes to the rest of the 10K or the stroke chain 1 golfers, I'm probably going to ignore these guys down here. If the optimizer selects them, all the better, but I will not be anchoring my guys, my lineups around these 6K golfers. Instead, hold on. Yeah, these 6K golfers. Instead, I mean, there's a good chunk of 8K and above golfers to build your lineups around. And the projection for this bucket is 2 to 5. Now, 2 to 5, you got to be careful. We have 3 10K golfers. If these 3 finish inside the top 10, the projection is successful, but you can't play all 3. So even if there were 2, let's say Rory finishes 9th, Rahm finishes 4th, Rahm might not even be in the optimal lineup. I can guarantee you Rory will not be in the optimal lineup, but Rahm might not be. And these 2 are still in the top 10, but they obviously don't give back their value or get back their value. Or I should, yeah, something like that. Whereas like some of these other guys, 9K, 8K range, you also have to consider this too. You know, any of these guys could also finish inside the top 10 at like towards the bottom, like 10th, 9th, 8th, and they might not even be in the optimal lineup either. Now, I understand we're trying to win a GPP, so it's not like we have to, you know, really be specific and strict when it comes to trying to hit the optimal. It's just the optimal is more like, let's call it sight lines. We can see how we can get to the optimal lineup, but we got to put it all together in order to hit the optimal lineup. So really, you got to consider all of these pieces. You know, if you really like Rory over the rest of the 9K and above golfers, then you play Rory hands down, no questions asked. That's totally fine. But just keep in mind that 5 of these guys could finish inside the top 10, and it really just depends on the order that they do finish to see if they bring back value, if they help you hit the optimal lineup. But it means you also can't play 5 guys out of this bucket because, you know, 5 9K and above golfers, sorry, doesn't fit. Obviously, does not fit in your lineups. You will have to think of which 2, and sometimes maybe just 1, which sounds weird, but just to throw out a scenario where that would occur, let's just say Tyrrell Hatton finishes first at $9,700. So then from there, let's say okay, so Tyrrell finishes first. Let's go ahead and say Rory finishes 10th. Rahm finishes 9th. Schauffele finishes 8th. Those 3 guys right there, they don't bring back their value despite finishing inside the top 10. And then let's say Jordan Spieth, let's say he ties, never mind. Let's say he finishes 6th. At $9,300, he's probably not in the optimal lineup. He's also probably not in the GPP winning lineup. It's just Tyrrell and Tyrrell alone. So that means the other 4 golfers that we just talked about, Rory, Rahm, Schauffele, and Spieth, despite making this bucket successful because there were 5 golfers inside the top 10, you couldn't have played them together to take down a GPP because they were at the bottom of the top 10 finishing spots. That's a thing I've learned over the years, but I also don't want you to get too carried away with that. Just, you know, just keep it in mind. If you can see 3 or more golfers, you know, let's say $9,500 and above finishing inside the top 10, you probably just want to select 2 of them then to build your lineups around, and then ignore the rest of them, because then it's just not, it's really unlikely that we're going to see more than 5 golfers from this bucket finish inside the top 10. But on the other hand, if say it's Sungjae at $8,000 or maybe one of these 6K golfers, if they just finished inside the top 10, they're going to bring back value, and they're more likely going to be in the optimal lineup or even in the GPP winning lineup. So keep all of that in mind. So that covers all the anchor buckets. Now, technically, if you were to remove the bucket totals that the conditional that I put on, all of these are your, I think there's one more I need to include. Yeah, it's salaries. All of these buckets here that are greater than 2 in the max projection would be considered anchor buckets. So there are a lot of them. How many? 13. but we can also remove a couple. The ones that are less than 2 over here. It's 3. So 3 minus 13, there's 10. Technically 10 anchor buckets. But anyways, we are on to building lineups. Do we have enough people in the chat that would like me to build lineups? All you need to do is give me 2 to 4 golfers. I pinned the message at the top of the chat. Give me 2 to 4 golfers to build lineups around, and I will do just that. I'm also gonna go backwards, turn the music up. We can jam out while building lineups. Oh, I didn't even put out a message saying that I'm live. What the heck? Well, let's just do that right now. My bad, guys. I thought I had done that. That whole FedEx Cup or the FedEx St. Jude, you know, that whole tournament title is just nuts. Boom. Okay. Let me start off with building some lineups. I'll let anyone in the chat come through and give me their favorite lineups. And let me double check on emails. Okay, we're good. So I haven't even ran this yet. Let's take a look. So with all the bucket conditionals in here, I have not changed these. The first time running this at 49,004 and above, we get this lineup: Jon Rahm, Brian Harman, Cameron Young, Tom Kim, Denny McCarthy, and Keith Mitchell. It's a pretty solid lineup. No 9K golfers, which are it's very interesting. Of course, the 9K range was not an anchor bucket, but kind of interesting nonetheless. Used up all 50,000. Kind of like it. I'm going to save this one. I like it. Mostly because I'm probably not starting a lot of my lineups with Jon Rahm. Again, that might be to my detriment, but I do like that lineup. I see two participants in the chat wanting some lineups. So yeah, let's do that. Let's just go with Rahm and Morikawa like Joanne wants. Hosni, I will, you're next. I'll build lineups with the golfers that you just chose. You will be right after Joanne. So I'm gonna go with Rahm and Morikawa. I'm gonna go ahead and clear out Keith Mitchell, who was locked out, and we'll run this. And I'm going to go ahead. All right, let's do this. I will replace my message with Joanne's, and then we will go ahead and do Hosni's afterwards. All right, Joanne, first lineup: Rahm, Morikawa, Wyndham Clark, Sung J M, Emiliano Grillo, and then Seamus Power. I like that lineup a lot. I might be saying that a lot tonight, by the way. I like that lineup a lot. Joanne, are you, I know you kind of said stars and scrubs in a previous video. Do you have any eyes on anybody that you like? Is there anyone that you're hoping to see? Ooh, here we go. I like this lineup a lot too. Rahm, Morikawa, Wyndham Clark, Tom Kim, Brendan Todd, and Andrew Putnam. Like I said, I like Putnam this week. Putnam has played well here and in a WGC event. So if you needed any proof or anything like that when it comes to how well Putnam has done with fields like this, what was it, like 2 years ago? Go to 2022. Right here, 2022, finished 5th. So last year, finished 5th. Andrew Putnam. Don't mind it. And that was a playoff event last year. Okay, we replaced a couple guys and put Justin Rose in there. I also like that a lot too. I'm digging the Rahm Morikawa lineups. Okay, we switch out, who was that last one we just had? Justin Rose with Chris Kirk, it looks like. Now Matt Kuchar. So likes those 5 golfers, Rahm, Morikawa, Clark, Kim, and Putnam. Now we change it up. We go Rahm, Morikawa, Clark, Tom Kim, Benny Ann, Taylor Montgomery. Joanne, if you're still in the chat, would you rather not see as much Wyndham Clark or Tom Kim, or do you like seeing both of those guys to go along with Rahm and Morikawa? Let me know. What about Taylor? You wanted Taylor? Do you want Taylor kicked? Do you want Taylor to stay in? For here going forward, anyone that's in the chat that wants me to build lineups, if there are golfers you don't want in your lineups, just say kick and whatever that lineup is, or whatever that golfer is. Likewise, if you want a golfer to stay, just say lock whatever golfer. Josh, I got you. I'll go ahead and build around Burns and Todd. Of course, I'm going to build lineups here for Joanne, and then I'm going to go to Hosney. So that one's okay. Hayden Buckley. I don't mind going back to Buckley. I don't remember why he was gone for as long as he was. I bet it was an injury. The lineup that's on the board right now, I like. Ben Griffin was very disappointing last week, but I don't mind going back to someone like Ben Griffin. Missed cuts from the week before, I think, are just fine. Ooh, here's an interesting one. Rahm, Morikawa, Finau, Tom Kim, Grillo, and Hoagie. Giving me all these lineup ideas. I wouldn't have, yeah, probably wouldn't have done something like that. And I like a lineup like this. Rahm, Morikawa, Homa, Tom Kim, Dietrich, Putnam. All right, I'll do like 3 more, and then we'll move on to the next one. Oh man, a lineup like this also has my heart. I have no issue going to someone like Mackenzie Hughes. I like that lineup a lot. Holy, I'm gonna get myself in trouble. All right, Joanne, you want stars and scrubs? Here you go. I gotta save this one too. Oh, you want Nick Taylor in. That's who you want, right? Based off of your comments that you said before. You also got to remember there are more Taylors in this field than you think. Nick Taylor, Taylor Montgomery, Taylor Moore. Let me know if it's Nick Taylor. I think it's Nick Taylor, but I'm not certain. I like this lineup too. I think it's Nick Taylor, so I'm going to go ahead and just find Nick Taylor and just put him in there. So we get Wyndham Clark and Tom Kim to go with Keith Mitchell and Nick Taylor. Not terrible. I don't mind it. I'm going to have to kick someone out. I'm going to go ahead and kick Mitchell out. But Joanne, if you saw someone you want kicked out, let me know. Ron Morikawa, Cameron Young, Sungjae Im, Denny McCarthy, Nick Taylor. That's a solid lineup. I like that one a lot. Wow. To go like 10, 9, 8, 8, 7, 6. I'm liking that idea a ton. It's a really good idea for a build. Who do we kick out of this one, Joanne? I think your chat's probably a little bit behind mine, or your feed is a little bit behind mine. I would probably, I like all those guys. Probably McCarthy. Do we want to kick Denny McCarthy out? Not positive. I'm gonna go ahead and kick Denny out. You just tell me otherwise. Yeah, you're really far behind in the chat. Ram Morikawa, Cam Young, Sungjae Im, Grillo, and then Nick Taylor. I like that one too. Solid lineups. I'm gonna have to kick out Grillo. Yeah, I like something like this too. Like, I'm not afraid to play someone like Harris English. Those are all really good lineups. I might be falling in love with the whole John Rahm, Collin Morikawa start. Like, this is fantastic. 13 lineups that I like quite a bit. We'll go ahead and remove the Harry-ish. That's what I like to call Harris English, the Harry-ish. Because sometimes it's gross to play them. It's ishy. Yeah, I like a lineup like this too. Yeah. So Rahm and Morikawa just open up a lot of lineup possibilities. I almost thought we'd probably find something that would break the optimizer. But so far we have not. I'm gonna remove Sungjae. As much as I like Sungjae on Bermuda, there's a trust level factor that's a little bit low based off the last few performances that he's had. And we get Wyndham Clark and Sahith Theegala. Probably not that's not my favorite lineup. I think Sahith has an opportunity to play well, but I don't want him in the lineups. Cam Davis, I don't mind risking a lineup with Cam Davis in it. Oh yeah, I gotta remove Cam Davis. All right, two more. I'm so sorry, Hosni. I've been going through all of these. I've been way too excited about the lineup builds that have been showing up, like the one that just did. Okay, so there's this one. I'll do one more, and then I'll get to Hosney's lines. I'm so sorry, man. Oh yeah, I need to remove someone. I'm gonna go ahead and remove, how about we remove Wyndham Clark? Too much Wyndham Clark. I don't want Keegan Bradley in my lineups. Not terrible, but I don't want Keegan. Here's an interesting one. Probably not going to get to Aaron Rye, and I don't really care for who was it? Brian Harmon. All right, I'm going to go ahead and remove Brian Harmon, but here's a different lineup that has Harris English in it for you, Joanne. I see you just said you like, or that you love English. Max Homa. That's pretty good. I like that. So what, $500 difference? Yeah, I could go along with this one. I don't know if I already created that lineup. Did we do one with Harris English and Nick Taylor? Or not? Okay, so it was Cameron Young. Gotcha. All right. Oh, no, different. All right, one last one. One last one. I'm going to remove Tom Kim from it. See what the optimizer does. You do like Clark? I like Clark as well. Here we go. Stars and Scrubs Major. Rom, Cantley, and Morikawa. Yeah, let's do it. All right, that was the last one. Those were great lineups. Like, I'm excited for those lineups. Super good lineups with Rom and Morikawa. We're gonna go ahead and do Hosney's lineups now. Let me go ahead and pin that one to the top. Again, Hosney, I'm sorry, man. Sorry that it's taken this long. But you wanted Eric Cole, Wyndham Clark, and Benny Ann. We have Benny Ann there. Wyndham Clark is here, and I think Eric Cole was in the 6K range. Yeah, there he is. All right, let's take a look. yeah, Joanne. Looks like I am going to play Rom now. This lineup is really good. Super high upside. Hosney, if you're in the chat, let me know. Any golfer that you don't like, just say kick and whoever their name is, and I will kick them out. But this is a pretty fantastic lineup. It has John Rahm once again. I mean, the optimizer's probably just going to love John Rahm this week, which is fine. So much Rahm so far. I'm going to go ahead and remove... Oh, no, we want Benny Ann. I'm sorry. Let's remove... Do we remove Tom Kim? I'm going to go ahead and remove Tom Kim. To me, it's either between Tom Kim or John Rahm, but I want to see some more Rahm lineups if they do show up. Wow. So this is a bit more balanced. Hovland, Finau, Clark, Cam Young, Benny Ann, Eric Cole. It's a pretty good lineup. It's different. I think I'm going to save it because it's different. Personally, I don't think I go to something like this, but hey, we can have up to 3 8K golfers. We've seen it in the optimal lineups for this event before. I think it's fine. I think I will probably give the axe to... I was just going to say Wyndham Clark. That can't be done. How about Tony Finau? Hovland, Cantlay, Clark, Benny Ann, Grillo, and Eric Cole. That is pretty good. Kind of weird to see Hovland higher than Cantlay. I guess I understand, but it's still just, it's a weird feeling. And that's a 1098 776 build, which is pretty good. I think what I'll do with this one is X out Krilo. And now we have a different one. Xander, Ricky, Wyndham Clark, McCarthy, Benny Ann, Eric Cole. I like that one a lot as well. It is nice to build lineups around some of the lower price guys because then we can see different things at the top. This one, I think we remove Denny. Hosney, let me know. Are you in the chat still? Am I saying your name right? Is it Hosney, Hosney, Osney? I don't know. Hovland, Cantlay, Clark, Benny Ann, Keith Mitchell. So different way of getting there. Same 5, but Keith Mitchell this time. Rahm, Fowler, Clark, and Cole, Putnam. Yeah, sign me up. I like that lineup a lot. I really like, you know, I've been thinking about this. Is Wyndham Clark now an elite golfer? Like, what I mean by that is everyone had been talking about Wyndham Clark before he won, about how great his ball striking was, how great a lot of things about his game were. He just had to get over the hump. Now that he has a major championship under his belt, is he over that hump like for good now? Does he just get to freewheel it from here on through and just play phenomenal golf? If so, then Wyndham Clark would be underpriced, no? Like I don't mind playing. I don't think I go 100% in on Wyndham Clark, but if I had a core 4, Wyndham is in there for the AK range for me. I'd probably have him and Sam Burns together. I also don't mind playing like Cam Young in there as well. But I'm probably skipping over all the other AK golfers. I really don't care for them. Rahm, Fowler, Clark, and Cole, Putnam. I like that lineup a lot. I think I've saved it, right? Yeah. So I think what I'll do is remove Putnam from it and just see what else we see. Okay, cool. So Hosney, I imagine that nothing so far has displeasured you, or not. That's probably not the right word, but like you haven't been unhappy with anything that you've seen. I haven't seen anything come up where you're like, no, kick that person or whatever. So I mean, like, this also is a good lineup. I'm probably not playing a lot of Jason Day, but this is pretty good. Let's see. I think I'm going to remove Clark. Much as I like him and I want to play him. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Clark is in your... I'm so sorry. Sungjae, probably. Hovland, Cantlay, Clark, Benny Ann, Eric Cole, Brennan Todd. That's a lineup I can get behind. I like that one a lot. I think what I'm going to do is probably get rid of Brennan Todd. All seem to be good. Good. That's good. Another good one here. Hovland, Cantlay, Clark, and Cole, Chris Kirk. So now you're getting like a core 5, which is kind of cool. I like that. I guess I'll say this one. I think I skipped past the last Chris Kirk one, and that wasn't a terrible one. I don't want to get screwed on not playing Chris Kirk, so. There we go. There's Taylor Moore for the first time. And again, it's that core 5, which being this narrow with lineup building is the best way to hit the optimal lineup. So this is pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and kick out Taylor Moore. See if anything else happens. Anything else, any of the other golfers jump up that have already caught my attention. Okay. Leaving $500 on the table. That'll make you definitely unique. And it has Matt Kuchar in it. Oh man, I'm just getting sold on so many lineups. I might, by the end of this week, I might create 500 lineups and have the hardest time understanding, or not so much understanding, but choosing which golfers or which lineups I actually want to play. I mean, in my head, I wanted to go with like McIlroy or Scheffler, but what's obviously happening in the optimizer is like they're too high priced. Their metric isn't high enough to, what's the word? Compensate for their price tag. And a lineup like this, I like a lot too, man. I don't know if I want to, I don't know if I'm going to go to Lee Hodges. All right, let's do like 2 or 3 more and then move on to Josh's lineups, or between Burns and Brennan Todd. Okay, this one's pretty interesting as well. Josh going, you're going to be sold on everything. I agree with you, man. Everyone in this field is quality for sure. And you're right, not top 70 for nothing. What I like about this is though, the optimizer finds different like lineup combinations that maybe I would not have thought of. Like I usually would do the 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 6 approach and just start there. Not always can you put lineups together using the bucket system. So like what I mean by that is some combinations of golfers you just can't do. And it just looks like, obviously with Joanne's, John Rahm, and Collin Morikawa lineups, it was seamless. Like there was no issues with that, and it was nothing but high quality players. And I get it, like yeah, top 70, we're gonna find a lot of good quality golfers, but I guess what I'm including in that is just the randomness of some of these guys. Like Seamus Power, I think was like the first 6K golfer in her lineup, and it's like I wouldn't even have thought of playing Seamus Power. Like I didn't even remember he was in the field. So I agree with you. I'm gonna like all of them, but like a lineup like this that has Tyrrell Hatton in there, and we haven't seen Tyrrell the entire time, to go along with Seamus Power, kind of like that one. That's right. We got to kick out Shamo. Another good one here. All right, one more good one, and then we'll move on to Josh's. Anyone else have lineup ideas? 2 to 4 golfers. Who would you like me to build lineups around? Obviously, Josh, you're next. We are currently on Hosney. I think you're the only other person that has lineup builds in right now. Another good lineup. Cool. All right, Hosney, I hope you enjoyed those lineups. We built a lot, or we built quite a few, I should say. I have saved 13. I think we probably did 15 or more. So let's go ahead and move on to Josh. I'll replace the pinned message. And it is Brennan Todd and Sammy Burns. Any reason for Todd to be your anchor play? Three 8K golfers to go, John Rahm. Look at this. It is like you have like a very condensed middle group and then the two outliers. You've got the top one and the low one. I mean, I think that's kind of cool. I like that. I think because Brendan Todd's going to always be kind of the low value guy, the low metric guy, you're going to have to let me know which ones you want kicked out of your lineups. So obviously we're anchoring around Burns and Todd. So out of Tom Kim, Sung JM, Cam Young, or John Rahm, who would you like removed from this lineup? All right, I'll get rid of Tom Kim. And using Rick's database, accuracy and putting. Okay. I mean, I think it's a great fit regardless. So I have no issue with it. And I have like the same build here. So let me know, out of these guys, who do you like removed? Byron, where'd you go, man? Where did you go? You were here for a hot second, and I explained to you what was up with the hair, and then you just left. Thought I scared you away. This song is a bit slow. You got it, Byron. I got you. Actually, okay. Out of this group, who would you like kicked out, Josh? You got Harmon, Young, Burns. Well, you want Burns, but McCarthy and John Rahm. Oh, you said Harmon. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I see it. Here's a new one. We've got Xander and Cantlay to go along with Young, Burns, Mitchell, and Todd. Which one would you like kicked out of this? I would suggest Todd, or I mean Mitchell. Sorry, I meant to say Mitchell. Hey, Joanne, are you still in the chat? Or you want to kick Todd? Do you want to anchor on anyone else? How about this? I'll just run it with both those guys still available. Okay. Rahm, Clark, Cam Young, Sam Burns, Benny Ann, Andrew Putnam. Pretty solid. Don't fall in love with 6K? Absolutely, buddy. Hey, Shot Like Harden, what's going on, man? We have Burns currently locked and loaded in these lineups. Joshua Maz is already doing the Lord's work for you.
Let's see here. Burns, he's the low guy out of this group. Xander, Clark, Cam Young, McCarthy, Benny Ann. Not terrible. Well, what the heck, Byron? Sometimes, like, I feel some other people are doing that. Like, Joanne, I feel, is like one of them. That, you know, there's the little live button. Like, if you look all the way over there to the left, right by the sound button, the forward, the pause, all that stuff, you can see live. If you click on live, it gets you right back to current. I always check that, man. Gotta always check it. Yeah, Joanne's really far behind. But I also don't know if that's an internet connection thing or not. But if you hit live, you can catch up, and then you'll be closer to the current time. Joanne, let me know when you click live, because I'd like to ask you a question, and I'm gonna forget, like, how long. I mean, like, do you have an idea what you want to do with your monthly giveaway? Because I think you've banked $25 now. Because you've won 2 weeklies and then 1 monthly. And the t-shirt's worth $15. So anyways, we can always keep saving it for a sweatshirt if you wanted a sweatshirt. I know it doesn't really get that cold in Florida, but you can get a sweatshirt as well. Let's see here. This one's fine. I don't mind this one. Do we want McCarthy or Benny Ann kicked out of it? Oh, and Byron, I get it, man. I do the same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and kick Benny Ann out. We include Rom and Shamo. Oh, you want McCarthy? Look at that. I guessed wrong. Good. That'll change it up a little. Okay. Cool. We get a natural Brennan Todd lineup. Did we already create this one? Xander and then Patrick Cantlay? Yeah, we already built it. I see it right here. Todd, Mitchell, Burns. Oh, Cam Young. Maybe that wasn't the guy. Oh, no. It was. Shot like Harden. What's going on, man? Glad you made it. Did you have a baseball game today? Not you, but the sun. A solid one. This might be like one of the few Sahith Theegala lineups that I'm saving. Byron, do you like Sahith this week? Like, if a lineup came up for you that had Sahith in it, would you trust it? Would you want it? That is the winner. Yep. All right. This is a good one. Xander, Wyndham Clark, Sammy Burns, Sung J M, Corey Connors, Benny Ann. That's a pretty solid. It's a pretty solid ball striking lineup, honestly. Okay. I think that will be the end of those lineups. Let me go ahead and put up Byron's because he's next. Shot like Harden, you're right after him too. These will be different lineups. Patty Ice. By the way, if you're not following Byron on Twitter, you gotta be. The guy is a thumbnail genius. Super creative. They're like, you know, like I mean, for content wise, they're A+ tier, but picture wise, like quality wise, we're gonna give it like a C+. And that's no disrespect, Byron. I think it's all meant to be. It's like a South Park cartoon. It's amazing. And also just giving you crap. So Patty Ice, Cam Young, and Keegan Bradley. Why Keegan? Is it an ownership thing? Tell me your ways, man. Tell me your ways. Why Keegan Bradley? Why Keegs? Rom, Cantlay, Young, Bradley, Todd, Putnam. This is solid. Kick out Xander. It wasn't your lineup yet, pal. This lineup I like a lot. I mean, Rom is showing up so much in these lineups. Byron, my only pushback with Keegan is it's not the Northeast. Mr. Waking Up, what's going on, man? That's a great question. So Mr. Waking Up says, "Sup guys, shouldn't we be going all in on Scheffler since you don't need a putter as much this week?" I had said throughout my preview video and in the beginning of the strategy video that I want to build my lineups around Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy. In fact, that's why they're the thumbnail of this video. Those are the two golfers I like the most. Those are the two golfers I want to build around the most. But when it comes to people giving me the golfers they want to, build lineups around, the golfers they provide, when it comes to, because we got to look at the metric that's being included here with the price tag, it's just Scotty isn't that far and away above anyone else at his price. So the optimizer doesn't really think the return of value is going to be as good. So it did exactly what Byron said. He's too expensive. I personally will try to build some lineups here a little bit later that does revolve around Scotty and Rory. I want to see what the best ones look like, but currently Rom at the price tag he's at isn't that far behind in my model, and I'm sure same goes with Byron. I'm not saying Byron likes Rom, but it's just the return on value to go along with some of these other golfers. These builds have been pretty solid. I didn't get your opinion on this one. Do you like this one? Oh, I read the one that you just said. Oops, I just came back and saw my thing at the top and assumed it was mine. Okay, no, I got you. Of course, if I get an opportunity to rib you, I'm gonna rib you, because that's just how it goes. Okay, you like Rom? Yeah. Ooh, I like this lineup. Xander, Cantlay. I know you just said kick Xander out in a previous thing, but Xander, Cantlay, Young, Bradley, Connors, Putnam. I'm kind of a sucker for Putnam this week. How do you feel about him, Byron? Also, it looks like Bradley's the low guy, believe it or not, when it comes to the metric. Who would you like me to kick out between Cantley, or do you want me to just kick out Xander? I'm sure you just want Xander. Really, Anna, is that true? You like Keegan's booty? The guy's a skinny dude. By the way, I sent you pictures of him. He's kind of the scary looking guy. Go ahead and Google Keegan Bradley. I'm sure I won't say anything inflammatory here, but I don't think he's your type. Get Xander out of there. You got it. Xander is out. Yes, outside of X, I love all those guys. Sweet, sweet, sweet.
Hi there, my name's Helena.
No, stop it. Lol. Ooh, Chris Kirk. Rom Cantlay, Young, Keegan Bradley, Kirk, and Andrew Putnam. Yeah, Anna's so used to watching baseball and football. She just likes guys in tight pants. But she's trying to make it work with golf. Horst Schenk in there as the fourth? Okay. Where is Mr. Adam Schenk? Found him. So Josh, I had, for whatever reason, I don't know if YouTube thought this was like a business account, which really it is, but it's a personal person, or it's a personal account trying to be a business account. I had no ads at one point in time. Like all my videos just didn't have ads. Not my videos, but the ones that I'd watch or whatever. I didn't have any ads whatsoever. And these playlists that I have, so I found a couple of these that I kind of like. They're all royalty-free music, so you know, if it comes with an ad, then it comes with an ad. Most of them are like 3 hours long, so I don't have to worry about any of those YouTube ads to come through, but the ones that I just had, that last one was 80s action thriller soundtrack, and this one's 80s action movie soundtrack. So we're doing a little bit of the 80s tonight. Byron, do we like Lee Hodges this week? Personally, I don't. Do you want me to kick him out? Yeah, Byron, I'm a cheapie. I do not want to buy YouTube Premium. Maybe that hurts me, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. If I can get away with not spending any money on anything, I won't do it. Crypto Don Juan coming in with the emojis. Crypto Don Juan, like 3 weeks ago, was the first time that I saw him post on any of my videos, and it was just the golfers. I don't use my phone for any of the comments back, so I don't get any of the emojis. Otherwise, I would have sent emojis back, but I didn't know what the hell to say. So I didn't post anything. Nice to see you here, by the way. Do you want lineups built by chance? Oh, Josh, yes, I totally agree. They are annoying. Byron, what are we feeling about this one? Rom Cantlay Young, Bradley Spawn. Do we like JJ Spawn this week? Adam Schenk. I don't like. I'm indifferent when it comes to JJ Spawn. I don't mind it. Thank you, Don Juan. Appreciate that, sir. Mr. Waking Up, by the way, which 6Ks are we liking? Ryder 6K, Buckley 6.1 have my interest. Yeah. I will continue to say this. Never fall in love with a 6K golfer, but also never disrespect one. So, I think most of these 6K golfers are good. My least favorite ones are Taylor Montgomery, Brandon Wu, Sam Stevens, Kurt Kitayama, Bo Hosler. I'm just not a fan of Bo Hosler. I don't care. That's probably it. Otherwise, the rest of them I think are... Oh, and I don't like Nick Hardy. I think the rest of them are in play.
Like, I don't mind any of the other 6K golfers as I'm looking. Oh, I probably would kick out Neesmith as well. I really don't care for Matthew Neesmith. So the rest of them I think are fine. We got no issue playing the other ones. Joanne, perfect. We will save up for a hoodie. I'll have to double check the hoodie cost. I think they're like $50. Give me like 45, 50, something like that. I'm down with every single fade you made there. Cool. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I won't disrespect any of them. I will have them probably in one lineup, but of course I always build several lineups. So, I don't mind seeing like Bo Hosler in one of my lineups, but I am certainly not going to play him in like 4 or more of my lineups. He can be in one of them. He can be in the one that I like the combo the most in, and that's fine. I just, you know, I can't do it. Can't do it. Buckley 7th on tour total driving and 8th off the tee. T61 here last year. Not terrible, but like Buckley's been out with an injury for a while. I don't know what the injury was, but he's been, I don't even know, like I'm sure he's in the field this week because it's the only way to move forward, but I have no idea what's been going on with Buckley. That's what I'm afraid of the most. Can we get a Hat and Sepp Straka lineup? Yeah, we can do that. I believe you're right behind Shot Like Harden. He wants to do a Burnsy and Scott lineup. I imagine Scotty Scheffler. Byron, give me, why don't you DM me on Twitter and give me your size. I'll check to see if I still have like the size you need. I want to say I have extra larges left. I have 2 double X's left, or 1 double X and maybe a medium. Okay, you're out on spawn. You can spawn, so yeah. Oh, we got 2 Adams. Do 2 Adams make a right? I'm not sure. That might be an Anna Marie question. XL is perfect. I probably still have one, Byron. I think I still have an XL. And I don't really remember how much they cost. So I might as well just look it up now. This is like the 1 week nobody's playing Rose. I just mentioned him earlier on in the strategy video, like at $7,200. He has some of the best Bermuda stats in the field. So I'm down to play someone like, I'm down to play Justin Rose. Okay, the hoodie is $40. So it cost me 41. So let's just call it like 45. And that can cover shipping. I'll double check though. And Joanne, same thing, 45. So obviously we have what? 10 plus 50, so we have 25 saved up. Just need 15 more. Okay, I'm sorry, had to look. 2 Adams make a mic.
That's not good, Anna. 2 Adams make a Mike. I don't know that. I think about that statement you just said, because I know who you know as Adams. I'm not sure. 2 Adams make a bomb go boom. Dude, Byron, that's a really good one. I like that one. 2, yes, Adams definitely do. Rose been burning people. Are you sure? Byron, I don't know what my Venmo is off the top of my head. Again, I'll figure it out. You can DM me and we can figure it out after. Let's see here. 1 or 2 more shanks and then I'm good. Okay. So who are we kicking out? Are we kicking out Svensson? Byron, that's very generous, man. Super generous. I'd have to go double. I'd have to check what my orders are. What I have left. I know I have like 3 sweatshirts left. I think one of them is I think maybe one's a 2X, one's an XL, and another one's like a medium. I'd have to double check though. Svenny. Okay. Okay, he is getting the boot anyways. Give us our hoodies. Do you like Smalley? I actually don't mind Smalley. I like this lineup. I'm gonna save it. And one more for Mr. Byron. We're kicking out Smalley and we're bringing in Patrick Rogers. How about one more? And Bo Hosler. So the guy that I said I wouldn't play, he shows up here. All right. Charlie Carden, do you want Scotty Scheffler to go with Burnsy? Is that who you meant by Scott? Are we using the Scott Scheffler name? By the way, Anna, that was a funny joke. I like that one. 2 Adams make a Mike. It's an inside joke, but it's still fun nonetheless. I don't like Nick Hardy. I'm gonna keep building lineups until Charlie Carden gets back to me. Mark Hubbard. I kind of like that. Hubbard to go with Shank. I'll save that one. I don't know how many Hubbard lineups I'm going to build, but we can do that one. Byron, do you have any merch, by the way, for back 9 bets? Byron, we have a core of 5 here. How do you feel about Rahm, Cantlay, Young, Bradley, and Shank? With all these other 6K golfers just filling the void. I'm digging it. I kind of like it. I think if you were to kick out Cantlay, you might get different 9K golfers. But you obviously, you do want Cantlay. Never mind. Ooh, I like that. Maybe you and I can just do a swap. We don't have to send each other money. I'm also going to put another order in at some point in time. Because, like, black, I like black, but I probably like white more on clothing. So I'll probably get like an order of white sweatshirts with white t-shirts with the same logo. I'm also thinking about just getting an order of sweatshirts that might just even have the badge, the circle badge. So we'll see.
Next season. Got you. Got you. Got you. Got you. Okay. Scotty Scheffler and Burns. Look at that. We got all the way to the end of the lineups that we could build, and then it broke. So it was a perfect time to be like, no, time to move on. Scheffler and Burns. Here we go. I mean, this is, I want to see Colin Morikawa. Come on. So I'm really digging, like Scheffler. Or how about this? When it comes to the 9K range, I talked about this earlier in the strategy. You go Morikawa, Burns. Tom Kim could be, I mean, I don't know about his whole injury status, but for value wise, showing up, I really like a lot. Joanne needs a hat. So I do have some hats that I was like kind of testing out. I've worn each of the hats, so I'm not going to give away the hats. But I really like how they came out. They're $30 each. If any of you guys wanted a hat and wanted me to put an order in, I would definitely do it. They just cost 30 bucks. Don't know if I have any hats. Well, I wore one during a stream not too long ago. So yeah, they're trucker hats that have the badge, the SweetSpot DFS badge. I can certainly get those hats made. I could probably think of some other hats that I could probably do. Putnam and Dietrich, you got it, man. By the way, did I save this lineup? Let's see if I can find the hats. What was the company name? Sun something? Hats? Dang it. Can't remember. Can't remember where I got the hats from. How do you feel about this one, Charlie Carden? Safari Sun. That's where they came from. Carmen. Okay. My bad. I'm trying to search for these hats just to show them on stream. My apologies. Oh, there we go. There you go. Found him. Oh, you can't really see. Darn it. Can't zoom up. Zoom in.
but they had the circle badge, like the SweetSpot DFS, and it said one of them said fantasy golf, or two of them said fantasy golf, and the other one says target the optimal. So you've got like a red bill, a black front, and then it was white on the back. This one was like a navy blue to go with red. This one was just to match an outfit that I had. This is red, black, and white in the back, and then this was all black. So that is pretty much what the hats look like. I also need to get a white hat. So anyways, Charlie Carden, what are we thinking about this lineup? Scheffler, Clark, Burns, Sung J M, English, and Seamus Power. It's a lot of Seamus Power. I don't mind. Ugly, but I like it. Do we like Adam Svensson by chance? Do we like this lineup? Do we like, actually, I can get behind this one. Scheffler, Clark, Burns, Sung J, Keith Mitchell, and then ugly Taylor Montgomery. Or as some people call it, Taylor Montgomery. Joanne, I will, I'll say this. If anyone else wants hats, I'll put another order of hats in. I do not mind putting another order of hats in there. You like the all black hat? Okay. Okay, sounds good. Who was next on the list? I think it was, so Gabe has one, but right before Gabe, who was it? Was it Crypto? I know Crypto wanted some. Don Juan, you still here, man? If I'm missing somebody, let me know. So, okay, I'm gonna go with Don Juan's. I think he was next. So he wants Hatton and Straka. I actually forgot to change out Charlie Carden's. So Hatton and who? Straka? Okay. This is very interesting. Very unique. Hovland, Hatton, Wyndham Clark, Sepp Straka, Benny Ann, Andrew Putnam. Again, I love Putnam. For a $6,400 golfer, I think it's a good play. I don't want to keep saving all these lineups, so I'm going to skip past it. Kind of feel icky doing that. Hovland, Hatton's, Sung J M, Straka, Benny Ann. Look at this, the 10-9-8, 7-7-6 coming through. Hovland, Hatton, Clark, Straka, and Tom Hoagie. Okay, so I'll save that one. I like that one. Let's see. We'll go here. I'll go here. Never mind. Hovland, Hatton, Im, Straka, Benyan, Brennan, Todd. So it's definitely going Hovland, Hatton, and Im to go along with Straka, but obviously then Benyan is there too. So Don Juan, if you're in the chat and you don't like some of these guys, let me know. Like, I can kick out some of these golfers if you don't want them. I don't mind this lineup. I like it a lot. We're gonna do it. Is anyone, so I'm not close to talking about rainmakers, but if anyone wants me to, especially for this week or moving forward, I certainly can. Just let me know. Interesting. Hovland, Hatton, Harmon. So we got the 3 H's. Straka and Kuchar. Oh boy. Josh, if you're still in the chat, you're absolutely right, man. I'm loving like almost every lineup that I've built so far with all these different combinations. Hovland, Hatton, Homa, 3 H's once again. Straka, Benyan, Ben Griffin. Okay, yeah, I don't know why, but these just all feel pretty good. Pretty good. Hovland, Hatton, Im, Straka, and Power. See, like, yeah, all of these lineups look really good. Hovland, Hatton, Im, Straka, and Kirk. Joanne, good luck to you as well. Once again, congratulations on winning the monthly giveaway. Okay, so I'm going to remove Hovland from being selected. I want to see some difference, but I mean, that one was pretty good too. Rom, Hatton, Im, Straka, and Hughes. That's good as well. I'm going to remove Benyan. But I'm going to save it first. I don't know what I'm going to do with all these lineups because I don't have that many contests saved. There's so many lineups here that I have to weed through. We finally have a Rory sighting. Rory, Hatton, Sungjae, Straka, Spawn, Lee Hodges. I don't like that one though. Rom, Hatton, Homa, Straka, Hodges, Riley. I also don't care for that one. There we go. Rory, Hatton, Straka, McCarthy, Davis, Shank. That's so different. We're gonna save it. Rom, Hatton, Straka, Connors, McCarthy, Kitayama. Yeah, I'll save that one too because I'm not getting to Kitayama. It's got Rory in it. Love it. All right, one more. I don't think Don Juan is in the chat, so I like this one a lot. Sam Ryder. Yeah, good enough for me, man. Okay.
I think I've got Gabe's lineups in there that he'd like me to build, so I will find Gabe's lineups. He wants Rory, Fleetwood, and Burns. Did some quick research, and if you haven't done, you built, yeah. And then he said, sorry if they are feature groups, which Gabe tends to do. So let's see here. We got Rory and Fleetwood. And Burnsy. I love it. 10-9-8. And they are not in the marquee groups. So perfect, man. Perfect. Rory, Fleetwood, Burns, Tom Kim, Keith Mitchell, and Adam Schenk. I don't mind that one. Yeah, I like it a lot, if I'm being honest. So these are lineups for Gabe. So Gabe, if you're in the chat or if you're listening to this on replay, these are yours. McIlroy, Fleetwood, Burns, Kim, Benny Ann, Sam Ryder. Yeah, I like that one too. Fleetwood or McIlroy, Fleetwood, Burns, Tom Kim, Chris Kirk, Andrew Putnam. Again, sign me up, man. Like these are the lineups that I'm kind of like McIlroy and Burns are what I want to do. The fact that Tom Kim and Putnam are showing up are kind of what I'm looking for when building lineups this week. So Gabe, these are great lineups, or great starting blocks. All right, so I said I don't want to play Beau Hosler, but I think I'm okay doing it with this one. So if you're just listening, Gabe, it was Rory, Fleetwood, Burns, Tom Kim, Hosler, and Putnam. Putnam is kind of showing up a little too much here. Probably going to... I might have to kick him out pretty soon. Okay, Putnam will be kicked out after this one, but this one has Fleetwood, Burns, Connors, Mitchell, Putnam to go along with Rory. It's perfect. It's exactly what I want. 10-9-8, 7-7-6. Byron is still in the building. What's going on, Byron? Did you even leave? Have you been here the whole time? Literally been here the whole time. Aaron Rye. Byron, can you go back to Aaron Rye this week? I bet you he's going to finish inside the top 10. Just because he burned so many people last week. And because of that, I think I'm going to save it. I did mine through Custom Ink, by the way, which was wholly affordable. I mean, you get to choose which ones you want, like which brands that you want your clothing to be printed on. I think what I didn't like about it was some of the top brands like Nike, Adidas, Under Armour. It didn't seem like it was the fabric material or the line of clothing that I wanted. It was kind of like their economy stuff. It's like, man, if it's gonna be their economy stuff, I might as well just go with like a Champion, or I can't remember what this brand is,
But I don't mind it. I mean, the sweatshirt, I like more like fitted stuff, so I kind of like Puma, in my opinion, probably creates more fitted or at least slimmer clothes. I kind of like those a little bit more because I'm a tall, skinny dude. So this lineup: McIlroy, Fleetwood, Burns, Theegala, Benyan, Davis, Riley. I guess if this is my way to get to Theegala, I don't mind. I'll save it, but I don't like seeing like Davis, Riley going with Theegala. McIlroy, Fleetwood, Burns, and Mitchell in power. It's solid too. By the way, Keith Mitchell has to be the most dreadful person to watch live. Riem Open, that guy looks like he's miserable 24/7. Just the worst to watch. I'm cool. We'll save this one too. All right, Byron. Have a good night, man. Probably can't get to this lineup, but it's not terrible. Dietrich and Hodges? Sure, why not? I'll just save it, whatever. Yeah, he is slow. Ooh, I like this one. I'm kind of liking this combo of McIlroy, Fleetwood, and Burnsy. I think that's who it's supposed to be, right? Yeah. This one's okay. McIlroy, Fleetwood, Burns, Benyan, Mitchell, and Svensson. It's fine. McIlroy, Fleetwood, Burns, Connors, Mitchell, Griffin. Yeah, I like that. I don't want to see. I guess I don't want to see Keith Mitchell that much. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring back Griffin. I'll bring back Ryder. These are guys I think got kind of killed with Mitchell. Just don't want to see those guys with Mitchell. See if they'll show up in other lineups. McIlroy, Fleetwood, Burns, Kim, Benyan, and Sam Ryder. I think we probably already saw that one, but I like it. Here's something different. I don't mind it. It was Burns and Davis and Hoagie to go with Fleetwood and McIlroy. Here's something a little bit different. I like this. McIlroy, Fleetwood, Burns, Connors, Dietrich, and Alex Smalley. Yeah, sign me up. I'll do that one. This one's okay too. Connors, Dietrich, Hubbard. See, if I see one more Dietrich, I'll probably kick him out too. And it breaks. So that's it. Keith Mitchell is kind of the glue for a lot of these lineups. Interesting. Probably because I have it set to at least pick a 7K golfer, and the salary isn't really... I'm guessing that is what it has to be. I mean, some of these other names might glue in the rest of the 7K golfers. You know, if I were to include Andrew Putnam. Here, let's do this. I'm going to bring back Putnam. I'm actually going to lock him in and just see what happens. We're kind of getting towards the end of the lineups here for Gabe. Does anyone else have like a combo they'd like to see built? Yeah, Dietrich. So we'll kick Dietrich out now. Harris English. There we go. There's a different lineup. I like that one. So, Gabe, if you're listening, it's McIlroy, Fleetwood, Burns, Connors, Harris English, and Andrew Putnam. McIlroy, Fleetwood, Burns, Benny N. Ooh, Justin Rose. Yeah, I'm cool with that one. McIlroy, Fleetwood, Burns, Connors, Norman. Yeah, I kind of like that too, but yeah, I guess I'll save it. It's leaving $600 on the table, and that's like my borderline, the borderline amount of money that I'd leave on the table. I think it's fine though. All right, so I will give everyone that's in the chat, basically, let's do 10 minutes. So it's 10:04. Actually, yeah, that's fine. It's 10:04 my time. When that gets to 10:15, if I don't see any new combos of lineups, I think we'll just call it a night. And the optimizer breaks. So what I will do is I want to see the best Scotty lineup. I want to do Scotty and Morikawa and Burns. Those are the three that I want to see lineups built for. I don't mind Shank. I don't want to see Dietrich, and I also don't want to see Mitchell. So I'm going to remove Mitchell. I just don't want to see that. I've seen too much Dietrich. Don't care to see Dietrich. You know what, though? These will be the guys that will finish inside the top 10. That's how it always happens every single week. I also don't want to see Bradley, if I'm being honest. I don't care to see Keegan Bradley. I know our friend Byron at Back9Bets likes him, but I can do without just fine. It breaks. So I can't do Scheffler and Morikawa. Can I do... Oh, I guess we already were doing those. Oh, no, we were doing Fleetwood. Okay. So let's do McIlroy, Morikawa, and Burns. Yeah, okay. So Kim, Svensson, and Putnam. Sure. That makes sense. Kind of sad, though. Like, can't really do much with Scotty Scheffler. using the buckets, using the whole sweet spot process. Benny will be kicked out. Ooh, Taylor. Okay. So I wouldn't really do a lot with Taylor Montgomery, but that's fine. I'll save one lineup that has, you know, Rory, Morikawa, and Burns in it. That's fine. Jason Day, Tom Kim, and Justin Rose. Okay. Let me see how many lineups I can get through before it breaks. This one's not terrible. I guess I'll save it just because. I personally don't want to see Cam Davis. I don't mind seeing Adam Schenk, but I don't want to see Cam Davis.
At Rocket, we know buying and selling a home is a
Let's see here. Ooh, Hayden Buckley. So I don't mind that. I don't want to see Brian Harmon in these lineups though. I feel like I'm kind of wasting a spot. I would much rather see like Cam Young as opposed to Brian Harmon. Do that. I'm going to bring back Buckley just to be chosen again. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Oh, Siwoo Kim. Okay. So Jason Day, Siwoo Kim, and Justin Rose. You got it. Yeah, so this one's a good one too. I like that. So Shank gets the kick. Chris Kirk and Patrick Rogers. Sure. I don't mind that. And this is including Tom Kim, which is actually something I'm kind of for. Rory, Colin, Sam Burns, Tom Kim. Kind of like it. I'm kind of cool with this one too. So yeah, I'm kind of digging the Rory, Morikawa, Burns lineups. Bringing in some quality players. This lineup, I think Joanne approves of. Has Nick Taylor in it. I'm saving like every lineup. Everyone. And then it breaks. Cool. All right, Mr. Waking Up, we'll do yours now. Jason Day, Siwoo Kim. So completely different than what we've been doing all day so far, or all night. Siwoo is what, 74? Yep, 7,400. And Justin Rose. Every rose, the thorn. Rom, Morikawa, Jason Day, Siwoo, Justin Rose, Putnam. I mean, been speaking up Putnam all day or all night. Yeah, that's a lineup I like. Rose wants to be kicked out, but let's go ahead and kick out Putnam. It's pretty good. 10K, 2 8s, and then 3 7s. We can get behind this one. I am going to kick out Mitchell, though. Rom, Day, Cam Young, like Cam Young. Dietrich's okay. Sure, that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and kick Dietrich out though. And then Harris English gets replaced. I like that too. I like that a lot. Mr. Waking Up, do we like John Rahm? I currently have an anchor. I'm anchoring around a 10K golfer, so it's just making sure I select a 10K golfer. I can remove this if you like, or if you do like Rahm, we can continue building with those guys, or with that guy. Pretty much the same thing, but with Chris Kirk. Fine. Same thing with Kuchar. Okay, sounds good. Looks like we kind of have a core 5. Rahm, Day, Young, Siwoo Kim, and Justin Rose. I can get behind something like this. I didn't really care for those 6K golfers. Not to say that those were bad lineups, but, you know. I like something like this because I'm not really building lineups that have 3 7Ks, and the last one being Aaron Rye. Alex Smalley, I like that. 10-9, or basically it's almost a 10-9-8, but 10-8-8-7-7-6. Yeah, I think I saved that one. It's a quality lineup. Smalley is a Duke guy. North Carolina isn't too far away from Tennessee, so it's still in the same area, same region, I should say. I like it. Bo Hosler, I'm not going there, but that's not terrible. I do like Hubbard, though. Hubbard's... yeah, leaving $600 on the table isn't terrible. I'm not going to save it. It's good, though. I like Vincent Norman. I'm not going to save it. That's... I don't know if I want to get this narrow with those guys. A lineup like this I can get... I like, though. Has Morikawa in it. Ooh, a Matsuyama lineup. I haven't seen Matsuyama in any of these lineups. I'll save it. If I can find another Matsuyama lineup without Lee Hodges in it, all the better for me, but I'm not sure I can get behind that. I'm going to keep it red, so if I find another Matsuyama lineup, I'll just save over it. And this is the lineup that I'm going to save over it. I like this one a lot. I'm going to save it right below it. You know what? I want to keep it just to remind myself, if I did pick it, how stupid I am for not playing it. I'll just put it up there. All right. I'm going to do a couple more, and if we don't have any new lineups to build around, I think I'll just call it a night. Or if anyone wants to talk about Rainmakers, we certainly can. But yeah, we can call it a night. Here we go. Here's a new one. Rahm, Day, Matsuyama, Siwoo, Justin Rose, Eric Cole. It's a good one. It's really good. Svensson's not terrible. I don't mind it. I like this one too. I don't know if I want to leave $600 on the table, but this is a pretty good one. A Hadwin lineup. I've not yet seen a Hadwin lineup. I like this one a lot. I like it a lot. No 6Ks. Was Hadwin 6K? Yeah, I think that's a fine 6K, right? But we can let's see what happens. I mean, we've already seen 3 7Ks to go with the two with the whole lineup. But we're almost kicking out all the 6Ks right now. It's gonna close up soon. There can't be that many more 6Ks. Okay, now it breaks. Yeah. Can't fit anymore. Let me just go ahead and remove a 10K golfer. And that way I'm sure salaries will actually work. Cantley Morikawa, Jason Day, Siwoo Kim, Cam Davis, Justin Rose. I like that minus Cam Davis. Poston's not bad. Sure. I'm cool with that. Oh yeah. Yeah, kick out Poston. All right, I'm gonna build like 2 more, and I think I'm gonna call it a night. Callie Morikawa, Jason Day, Lucas Glover. Interesting. I don't mind that. More. Ooh, here's a very balanced build. $600 left on the table, which that's kind of hard to do, but not terrible. Not bad at all. I'm gonna move this up to 49.6. Fleetwood, Morikawa, Dave, Matsuyama, Siwoo Kim, Justin Rose. I think I like that one. And then it breaks. Okay, perfect. That will cover lineup building for tonight. I can stay on for Rainmakers if anyone wants. Otherwise, I think we call it night. I'll give you guys like 10-15 seconds to respond, and then if nothing, then we just call it night.
Absolutely, man. You are welcome. Josh, good luck to you as well. Good night. Yeah, I think that's where we call it. So, giveaway reminders. Check the beginning of the video. We're just gonna bid adieu from here. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a like on your way out. Leave any of the comments in the replay and subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you in the next one.